Good morning, students. I am Speed Sadhav, Assistant Professor, Dhananjaraugadi College of Commerce, Santara. I taught Accountancy Paper 3rd for BM 2nd Semester 3rd. First of all, we are also discuss about the syllabus of the Accountancy Paper 3rd for Semester 3rd. Into this particular subject, there are 4 units. The total subject is divided into the 4 units. First one is our accounts of professional. Second one is our analysis of the financial statement. Third one is our working capital management. And fourth one is our recent trends in accounting. Now we are also discuss about in detail the contents of each and every unit. Unit number first, accounts of professional. In this unit we are also preparation of the receipts and expenditure account, preparation of the balance sheet of medical practitioners and professional accounts or accountants. Then into the unit number second, analysis of the financial statements. In such particular unit, we are also studied the financial statements, meaning and its types. Second subcontent of such particular unit, ratio analysis. Into the ratio analysis, we are also studied meaning, advantages and limitations of the ratios. Second one is the classification of the ratios, particularly liquidity ratios, solvency ratios and profitability ratios. These are the 2 units. Unit number second, analysis of financial statement. On all these are also the contents we are also studied into the unit number second. Then third unit, working capital management. In such particular unit we are also studied the meaning of working capital, necessity of working capital, estimation of the working capital, and last one, fund flow statement. And fourth unit of our subject, recent trends in accounting. Into the recent trends in accounting, we are also studied the human resource accounting, green accounting, inflation accounting, social responsibility accounting, forensic accounting, values and ethics in accounting. All these are also the content we are also studied into the unit number 4, recent trends in accounting. Now we are also discuss again the accounts of the professionals. Now we are also start before the starting the unit, we must be understand the nature of question paper. Total subject, total marks 100. Out of this total 100 marks, 60 marks for theory examination, that is the semester end examination, and 40 marks for internal evaluation, that is called as the continuous internal assessment. Now we are also discuss here the nature of question paper for semester end examination. The total marks 60. Such question paper is for 5 questions, that means the 5 questions in our question paper. Out of these 5 questions, question number 1 and question number 5 is compulsory, and remaining question number 2 to question number 4 we attempt any 2 questions. Now we are also discuss in detail question number 1, theory / practical, 2 questions of 5 marks each, total 10 marks. Question number 2, practical problem, 20 marks. Question number 3, practical problem, 20 marks. Question number 4, practical problem, 20 marks. Question number 5, write short notes, any 2 out of 4, total 10 marks. The student, remember that the student must be read the instructions given into the question paper. It is also the important for each and every students. Sometimes the students are also excited how to write. That means they are also sometimes they are also excited as well as the overconfident, and these particular some simple mistakes happened by the students. For that reasons the students must be read the nature of question paper. Now we are also discuss about the continuous internal assessment, that is our internal evaluation, total 40 marks. The first point, first content of internal assessment is nothing but a active participation in classroom and academic events, 5 marks. Second one is project work, practical lab work on the job training or seminar, 20 marks. For these 20 marks, only one for out of these particular options, either it may be the project work, practical, lab work. Third one is assignment, interview, group discussion, study tour, field visit, 15 marks. म्हणजे या ठिकाणी आपण जर विचार केला तर जे ऑप्शन दिलेले आहेत त्या ऑप्शनपैकी एखादा ऑप्शन्स म्हणजे ऑप्शन नंबर 2 असेल किंवा 3मध्ये प्रोजेक्ट वर्क असेल किंवा प्रॅक्टिकल असेल किंवा लॅब वर्क असेल किंवा ऑन द जॉब ट्रेनिंग असेल किंवा सेमिनार असेल, यापैकी एकच ऑप्शन, त्यासाठी 20 मार्क असतील. असाइनमेंट असेल, इंटरव्ह्यू असेल, ग्रुप डिस्कशन असेल किंवा स्टडी टूल, फील्ड विजिट असेल त्यासाठी 15 मार्क्स असतील. क्रायटेरिया फॉर पासिंग, सेपरेट हेड्स ऑफ पासिंग वी आर ऑल्सो सीन हियर. तुम्ही बघू शकता 16 मार्क्स आउट ऑफ 40 मार्क्स फॉर इंटरनल इव्हॅल्युएशन. वी मस्ट नेसेसरी ऑब्टेन 16 मार्क्स, म्हणजे 40 पैकी 16 मार्क तुम्हाला पाडावेच लागतील किंवा मिळवावेच लागतील फॉर इंटरनल इव्हॅल्युएशनच्या पासिंग क्रायटेरियासाठी. आणि 60 पैकी 24 मार्क तुम्हाला मिळवले पाहिजेत थेअरी एक्झामिनेशनमध्ये. म्हणजे याचा जर आपण विचार केला तर ओव्हरऑल मिनिमम 40 मार्काला पासिंग आहे 100 पैकी. समजा एखाद्या विद्यार्थ्यानं थेअरी एक्झामिनेशनमध्ये 60 पैकी 58 मार्क मिळवले असतील आणि इंटरनल इव्हॅल्युएशनला तो विद्यार्थी ॲबसेंट असेल तर रिझल्टमध्ये त्या विद्यार्थ्याच्या अकाउंटन्सी हा सब्जेक्ट असेल, हा सब्जेक्ट फेल म्हणून येईल. कारण विषयाचं सेपरेट पासिंग आहे, प्रत्येक विषय असेल तो याच पद्धतीनं पासिंग असेल. पण आपण चर्चा करत असताना अकाउंटन्सीच्या पेपरसंबंधी बोलायचं झालं तर इंटरनल इव्हॅल्युएशन त्याच पद्धतीनं थेअरी एक्झामिनेशन हे तितकंच महत्त्वाचं. त्यानंतर आता आपण अभ्यास केला, आता आपण सिलॅबसचा अभ्यास केला. म्हणजे सिलॅबसचा अभ्यास करत असताना कोणकोणते युनिट्स आहेत त्याचा आपण अभ्यास केला. इन आवर अकाउंटन्सी पेपर, युनिट नंबर 1 अकाउंट्स ऑफ प्रोफेशनल्स, युनिट नंबर 2 एनालिसिस ऑफ द फायनान्शियल स्टेटमेंट्स, युनिट नंबर 3 वर्किंग कॅपिटल मॅनेजमेंट, युनिट नंबर 4 रिसेंट ट्रेंड्स इन अकाउंटिंग. फर्स्टली वी रिमेंबर दॅट अकाउंटिंग इज व्हेरी व्हेरी इझी सब्जेक्ट. म्हणजे अकाउंटिंगचा अभ्यास करत असताना आपण या ठिकाणी हा विचार केला पाहिजे अकाउंटिंगसारखा सोपा विषय नाही. मी असं का म्हणतोय, आपण जर विचार केला तर इतर थेअरीच्या सब्जेक्टच्या बाबतीमध्ये तुम्हाला या ठिकाणी पहिल्यांदा अभ्यास करावा लागतो. अभ्यास केल्यानंतर ते लक्षात ठेवावं लागतं, रिमेंबर करावं लागतं. ते रिमेंबर केल्यानंतर ते तुम्ही या ठिकाणी रिमेंबर करून आठवून ते ॲन्सर शीटवर लिहित असता. पण अकाउंटिंगच्या बाबतीमध्ये तुम्हाला क्वेश्चन पेपरमध्येच ते दिलेले असतात. समोर जे काही दिलेलं असेल ते फक्त आपल्या अकाउंटिंग फॉर्मॅटमध्ये, स्पेसिफिक फॉर्मॅटमध्ये आपणाला ते मांडायचे. म्हणजे आता आपण या ठिकाणी अकाउंटिंग सोपं का इतर विषय सोपं त्याच्यामध्ये आपल्याला काय चर्चा करायची नाही. पण अकाउंटिंग हा अतिशय सोपा विषय आहे, स्कोरिंगचा विषय आहे, हे मी तुम्हाला प्रथम त्या ठिकाणी सांगतो. नाव लेट अस स्टार्ट विथ आवर युनिट नंबर 1 अकाउंट्स ऑफ प्रोफेशनल्स. Now before we are also studying the accounts of professionals, you read the words. First one is the accounts and second one is our professionals. Accounts, professionals. Professionals, account. Professionals, accounts. In simple words, it is under this unit you are also studied how the professionals are also prepared their account. म्हणजे या युनिटमध्ये आपण कोणता अभ्यास करणार आहोत, तर जे प्रोफेशनल्स असतील ते त्यांचं अकाउंट कसं मेंटेन करतात, त्याच्यामध्ये कोणतं अकाउंट मेंटेन करावं लागेल. सिलेबसमध्ये आपण बघितलेलं आहे. सिलेबसचा अभ्यास करताना वेनेवर यू आर ऑल्सो डिस्कस द सिलेबस, वी आर ऑल्सो नोन दॅट द प्रोफेशनल्स आर ऑल्सो मेंटेन, वी आर ऑल्सो प्रिपेअर्ड पर्टिक्युलर सिलेबस. सिलेबसचा जर विचार केला तर सिलेबसमध्ये आपल्याला स्पष्टपणे दिलेला आहे की रिसिप्ट्स अँड एक्सपेंडिचर अकाउंट आणि बॅलन्स शीट तयार करायची. कोणाची? प्रोफेशनलची. मग आपणासमोर एक प्रश्न निर्माण होतो, हू इज द प्रोफेशनल्स? प्रोफेशनल म्हणजे नेमकं कोण? द प्रोफेशनल्स आर द पर्सन्स, इंडिव्हिज्युअल्स ऑर फर्म्स. प्रोफेशनल त्यामध्ये ती व्यक्ती असू शकते, ते एखादा पर्सन असू शकतो किंवा ती एखादी फर्ममध्ये काम करणारे पर्सन्स असू शकतात. Who renders the special or proficient services to public as well as to others for monetary consideration known as the fees. What is the definition of the accounting? Accounting is the recording of monetary transactions. It is also the most important word. Monetary transactions or financial transactions are also recorded into the account. Now, who is the professionals? The professionals are also the persons who acquire the special knowledge and skills, and such knowledge are also used for rendering the services to the society as well as the public. म्हणजे प्रोफेशनलचं मिनिंग जर आपण विचारात घ्यायचं तर या ठिकाणी आपल्याला असं म्हणता येईल, प्रोफेशनल हे पर्सन आहेत किंवा व्यक्ती आहे की जे ते विशिष्ट प्रकारचं ज्यांनी ते मिळवलेलं जे नॉलेज असेल त्या नॉलेजचा उपयोग समाजाला किंवा लोकांना सेवा देण्यासाठी करतात. असे जे काही लोक असतील त्या लोकांना आपण प्रोफेशनल्स म्हणून या ठिकाणी संबोधू किंवा म्हणू शकतो. मग आता प्रोफेशनल म्हणजे कोण हे आपल्याला समजल्यानंतर त्यामध्ये नेमकं कोण कोण येतं, then let us think about. These are the some examples of the professionals: doctors, lawyers, architects and civil engineers, valuers, surveyors, chartered accountants, cost accountants and auditors. Whenever at that time we are also recording the transactions of the professional, we must be known what type of the activities they have been undertaken, what type of the professional activities are done by these particular professionals. Whenever you are also understand the activities of the professionals, then after that it makes easy to recording the such transactions into the books of the accounts. It makes easy to preparation of the receipts and expenditure account and balance sheet of the professionals. Because why? Because of we are also understand the activities and the transactions of the professionals. Now we are also discuss here the doctors. You know very well the doctors are the members of medical profession, such as they acquire the special knowledge like as the surgeons, dentists and so on. They are well qualified and well equipped to examine and advise their patients. Even the professions of nursing homes are also other, these are also including in such categories. Because why? Because of these are also providing the services to their patients. Now lawyer, you know very well the lawyer on another hand, they are also acquired the special knowledge relating to the law and providing the services to their clients. Architects and civil engineers, you know very well, the architects is the members, it is also the profession of architecture, civil engineers who are also competent to advise their clients in the matters of construction of the buildings. Valuers, another one is the valuers are the professionals who makes estimates of money. Surveyors are the persons whose job is to make survey or examination or measurement of land or boundaries of building, boundaries as well as measurement of the buildings as well as the land. Chartered accountants, cost accountants and auditors, these are the persons who are also maintaining the books of accounts, then also related to handling the related to the tax activities. Cost accountants are also handling the cost accounting, then also matters relating to the cost of the product, and auditors are also auditing examination of the books of accounts of any businesses, organizations and so on. Now we are also discussing here the activities of that particular professionals, but in our syllabus the specific professional activities are also undertaken, like as the medical practitioners, it is called as the doctors, and the accounts professionals like as the chartered accountants. Now we are also discuss here the maintenance of accounts by the professionals. We know that the maintenance of accounts of professionals, most of the private individuals normally do not maintain accounts of their day-to-day professional activities or affairs, as they think that it is unnecessary. It is unnecessary for them. It is a wastage of time and money. However, some private individuals does not maintain their account. But the some professional individuals and their firms maintenance of accounts is quite necessary and useful for the various reasons, and they are required to maintain the accounts systematically and scientifically. Systematically, that means the use of the system of keeping of the accounts. Scientifically means the use of rules of the accounts at the time of preparation of the recording of the transactions as well as at the time of preparation of the books of accounts. Sometimes for the legal requirements, it is essential to that particular professional persons to maintain their books of accounts legal requirements. For the income tax purpose, some professionals are also required to maintain their books of accounts or accounts. Then sometimes some professionals are also maintain their accounts for the purpose of to know the financial positions of their professions as well as the financial outcome, that is the profit or loss, surplus or deficit of their professionals activities. Now we are also discuss here the system of keeping accounts, system of recording of the transactions. Now here, why should this system of keeping of accounts are also studied here? What are the importance? Such system of account is important at that time whenever we are also recording the such particular transactions into the receipts and expenditure account. There are three systems of accounting: accrual or mercantile system, cash system mixed or hybrid system. Again, these systems we are also studied into the 11th standards, but another again we are also studied here. Accrual or mercantile system. Under this system, all items of income and expenditure, all items of income and expenditure, both cash as well as non-cash items of a particular period, are duly recorded. Non-cash, that means income earned but not received, that is the accrued income, and expenditure incurred but not paid, that is accrued or outstanding expenses, are considered along with the items incomes actually received and expenses paid in cash. म्हणजे मराठीमध्ये सांगायचं झालं तर ॲक्रुअल आणि मर्कंटाईल सिस्टीममध्ये तुम्हाला इन्कम कॅशमध्ये मिळाला असेल, इन्कम मिळणार असेल तर त्याचं रेकॉर्डिंग केलं जाईल. एक्सपेंडिचर असेल, खर्चाच्या बाबतीमध्ये खर्च प्रत्यक्षामध्ये कॅशच्या स्वरूपात दिला असेल किंवा देणं बाकी असेल, आउटस्टँडिंग असेल तर त्याचंसुद्धा रेकॉर्डिंग हे मर्कंटाईल सिस्टीममध्ये केलं जाईल. दुसरी सिस्टीम आहे अकाउंटिंगची. सेकंड सिस्टीम ऑफ कीपिंग ऑफ द अकाउंट्स और बुक्स ऑफ अकाउंट्स, कॅश सिस्टीम. Cash system. As the name indicates, under this system, actual cash receipts and actual cash payments are recorded. Credit transactions are not considered as long as they are not converted into cash. Thus, all non-cash items are ignored. Even sometimes the advances through the cash items are not considered under this system. In simple words, only the cash transactions are recorded under the cash system. Such system of accounting is widely followed by those professionals to perform their services only on cash basis. And third one is the mixed or hybrid system. The names are also suggest that mixed or hybrid system. That means it is the combination of accrual or mercantile system as well as the cash system. This is partly a mercantile and partly a cash system of accounting. Under this system, all incomes items are recorded only cash basis, whereas the expenses are recorded on cash as well as the accrual basis. Thus, under the principle of conservatism, all non-cash income items, namely accrued incomes, are considered and recorded, and this system is normally followed by those professionals who have credit transactions as well as the cash transactions. Then we are also studied here the system of keeping of books of accounts. Now we are also understand accounts of professionals, that is the medical practitioners, that is the doctors. First of all, at that time, whenever you also recording the or preparation of the receipts and expenditure account, before we are also prepared receipts and expenditure account, we must understand what is meant by the accounting. Because why? Because of the accounting is nothing but a first one is the recording of transactions. Second is analysis of transactions, and third one is interpretation of their results in the form of profit or loss or surplus of deficit. Now, firstly, we are also discuss about the transactions. ट्रान्झॅक्शन्स म्हणजे नेमकं काय? म्हणजे ज्यावेळेस आपण अकाउंट्स ऑफ प्रोफेशनल पाहणार आहोत त्यामध्ये अकाउंटिंग म्हणजे नेमकं काय, तर अकाउंटिंगमध्ये काय केलं जातं, तर रेकॉर्डिंग ऑफ द ट्रान्झॅक्शन्स, व्यवहाराची नोंद केली जाते. ॲनालिसिस ऑफ द ट्रान्झॅक्शन, त्या व्यवहाराचं ॲनालिसिस केलं जातं आणि ॲनालिसिसवरून त्या झालेल्या व्यवहारामधून नफा झाला का तोटा झाला, सरप्लस आहे का डिफिसिट आहे, हे आपल्याला या ठिकाणी काढता येऊ शकतं. आता इथं आपण विचार करत असताना अकाउंट्स ऑफ प्रोफेशनल्स म्हणजे प्रोफेशनलच्या पॉईंट ऑफ व्ह्यूनं विचार केला पाहिजे. मग त्याच्यासाठी त्याच्या अगोदर आपणाला ट्रान्झॅक्शन्स मेडिकल प्रॅक्टिशनर्समध्ये कोण येतात, डॉक्टर. तर डॉक्टरांचे जे काही ट्रान्झॅक्शन्स असतील, व्यवहार होत असतील, त्या व्यवहाराचा थोडासा आपण या ठिकाणी अभ्यास करूया. We understand firstly the transactions of the doctors. You know very well, for the transactions, two parties are also required. Then these two parties are also doctor and their patients. In the above transactions, the flow of the cash from patient to the doctor, sometimes mainly the flow of the cash from patient to the doctors. It is also the just example for understand purpose. It means doctor received cash against services rendered by him to people or patient. म्हणजे इथे आपण एक्झाम्पलचा विचार केला तर या एक्झाम्पलमध्ये आपल्याला असं दिसतंय की या ठिकाणी हे ट्रान्झॅक्शन झालं, व्यवहार झाला कोणामध्ये, डॉक्टर आणि पेशंटमध्ये. कॅशचा जर फ्लो बघितला तर कॅशचा फ्लो कसा आहे, पेशंटने डॉक्टरांना पैसे दिले, म्हणजे कॅश इज रिसिव्ड बाय द डॉक्टर्स अँड सच कॅश रिसिव्ड इट इज कॉल्ड ॲज द फीज. डॉक्टरांना मिळालेल्या कॅशला आपण फीज म्हणू शकतो. इन सिम्पल वर्ड, फीज आर द रिसिप्ट्स ऑफ डॉक्टर्स ऑर इन्कम ऑफ डॉक्टर्स फ्रॉम हिज प्रोफेशनल ॲक्टिव्हिटी. म्हणजे आता तुमच्या लक्षात आलं असेल, डॉक्टरांना मिळणारी फी हा डॉक्टरांचा इन्कम झाला किंवा रिसिप्ट झाला. मग आता ज्यावेळेस मुद्दा हा येतो की रिसिप्ट्स अँड एक्सपेंडिचर अकाउंट तयार करताना रिसिप्ट किंवा मिळालेली फीज असेल, ती फीज नेमकी कुठे रेकॉर्ड करायची. इन विच प्लेस the received fees is recorded into the receipts and expenditure account. Again, I repeat it. In which place, in which side, not a place, in which side fees received by the doctors is recorded in which side of receipts and expenditure account. You know very well. Each and every account is prepaid. You must be remember that one thing. Income is always credited to any account. Again, I repeat it. Income is always credited to any account. In the receipts and expenditure account, fees, it is a income or a receipt of a doctor, therefore it is recorded into the credit side of an receipts and expenditure account. Now we are also discuss here which types of fees received by the doctor. म्हणजे आपण म्हणू शकतो डॉक्टरांना मिळणारी फी कोणकोणत्या स्वरूपामध्ये मिळेल, कोणकोणत्या माध्यमामध्ये त्या ठिकाणी डॉक्टरांना फी मिळेल. यू हॅव बीन टेकन द एक्झाम्पल कन्सल्टन्सी फीज, ऑपरेशन फीज, कन्सल्टेशन फीज, visit fees, fees received from the lectures, other fees. These are the some types of fees received by the doctor. म्हणजे डॉक्टरांना मिळणारी फी, तपासणी केली असेल पेशंटची, त्याच्या बदल्यामध्ये मिळालेली फी असेल, पेशंटला सल्लामसलत केलं असेल, सल्ला दिला असेल, त्याच्या बदल्यामध्ये मिळालेली फी असेल, तपासणीची फी असेल, किंवा एखादं ऑपरेशन केल्यानंतर डॉक्टरांना मिळणारी फी असेल, मग ऑपरेशन कुठं हा मुद्दा येतो. समजा एखादं मोठं हॉस्पिटल असेल, त्या हॉस्पिटलमध्ये एखाद्या नामवंत डॉक्टरांना, स्पेशालिस्ट ज्याला म्हणतो आपण, एखादा सर्जन असेल, हार्ट स्पेशालिस्ट असेल, मग त्या डॉक्टरांना ज्या वेळेस एखाद्या हॉस्पिटलमध्ये बोलवलं जाईल, ते बोलवल्यानंतर त्यांना जी काही दिली जाणारी फी असेल, त्याला आपण ऑपरेशन करण्यासाठीची दिलेली फी असेल ती म्हणू शकतो. व्हिजिटिंग फीज असेल, म्हणजे एखाद्या हॉस्पिटलच्या पेशंटची तपासणी करण्यासाठी डॉक्टरांनी त्या हॉस्पिटलमध्ये जाऊन व्हिजिट केली, त्याच्या बदल्यामध्ये मिळालेली डॉक्टरांना फीज असेल, पैसे असतील, ते सुद्धा व्हिजिट फीज म्हणून. तो झाला त्या डॉक्टरांचा इन्कम, ते झालं डॉक्टरांचे रिसिप्टचा साधा सोपा सरळ अर्थ आहे. रिसिप्ट्स इन सिम्पल वर्ड्स, द कॅश रिसिव्ड फ्रॉम businesses or professional activities. Cash received in simple words, but such activity is related to the profession. Again I repeat it, receipt in simple word, the cash received from the professional activities. We are also understand these concept, fees, then also the receipts. Then we are also discuss here the what type of the fees are also received by the doctors. Then again we are also seen here number of the images. Some of the equipments are also seen, like as the X-ray machine, some that type of the equipments you are also seen. Now before you are also seeing these particular images, you remember that which accounts we are also prepared. First one is the receipts and expenditure account, and second one is the balance sheet of the professionals. मग जनरली आपण ह्या इमेज पाहिल्यानंतर आपल्या असं लक्षात येतं की ह्या ज्या काही इमेजेस आहेत त्या इमेजेस कशा संबंधित आहेत. कुठं एक्सरे मशीन दिसतंय, आपल्याला पर्टिक्युलर नावं सांगता येणार नाहीत, पण कुठं एक्सरे मशीन दिसतंय, हे एक्सरे मशीन असेल. त्यानंतर कुठं हा बेड दिसतोय. हा इमेज दाखवण्यापाठीमागचा मेन हेतू काय. तर ज्यावेळेस तुम्ही ह्या इमेजेस पाहिल्यानंतर पहिली जी इमेज दिसते त्या इमेजमध्ये वर हा टी व्ही दिसतोय. मग हा टी व्ही असेल, हा बेड असेल, हे एक्सरेचं या ठिकाणी मशीन असेल. मग हे सुद्धा हे इक्विपमेंट झालं. हे सुद्धा काय झाली, फिक्स्ड असेट झाले, इक्विपमेंट्स. मग हे इक्विपमेंट्स ह्याला आपण काय म्हणू शकतो, तर असेट्स म्हणू शकतो. म्हणजे सर साधा सोपा विचार केला तर या ठिकाणी अकाउंट्स ऑफ प्रोफेशनल बघितलं आपण, ट्रान्झॅक्शन्स बघितलं. ट्रान्झॅक्शन्स बघितल्यानंतर आपण काही इमेजेस पाहतोय. म्हणजे इमेजेस पाहिल्यानंतर आपण या ठिकाणी हॉस्पिटलची इमेज आहे. हॉस्पिटलची इमेज म्हणल्यानंतर ती बिल्डिंग दिसते. मग बिल्डिंग म्हणल्यानंतर ती कुठे येणार, असेट. नाव वी आर ऑल्सो डिस्कस हिअर हाऊ टू प्रिपेअर द रिसिप्ट्स अँड एक्सपेंडिचर अकाउंट. Then into the receipts and expenditure account. Then into the next lecture we are also studied the format of receipts and expenditure account, how they are prepared. Then the balance sheet we are also prepared. Now thank you very much all of the students. And again I'm thank you and stop here. Into the next lecture we are also studied the format, not a format but how to prepare the such particular format of receipts and expenditure. सांगण्याचं तात्पर्य एकच की आपण फॉर्मॅट हा पाहणार नाहोत, तर तो फॉर्मॅट कसा तयार करायचा, कसा तयार होईल. मग त्याच्यासाठी आपण काही ट्रान्झॅक्शन्स घेणार आहोत आणि त्या ट्रान्झॅक्शन्सवरून त्याचा आपण ॲनालिसिस करणार. हे एक्सपेंडिचर होईल का हे रिसिप्ट होईल, ते असेट होईल का ती लायबिलिटी होईल. मग ह्या पर्टिक्युलर ट्रान्झॅक्शनवरून आपण ॲनालिसिस करून त्या पद्धतीनं आपण रिसिप्ट्स अँड एक्सपेंडिचर अकाउंट हे तयार करणार आहोत. त्याचा फॉर्मॅट असेल तो फॉर्मॅट मी थोडंसं जस्ट आउटलाईन सांगतो. Receipts and expenditure account. Each account has two sides. First one is our debit side and second one is our credit side. All the expenditures are also recorded into the debit side of an receipts and expenditure account. All the receipts, all the incomes is recorded into the credit side of an receipts and expenditure account. Now here we are also studied the receipts of an professionals. Now we are also discuss about the expenditures of the professionals. You have been taken the example of the doctors. Now here we are also studied about the expenditures. Now there are two types of the expenditures. First one is our revenue expenditures and second one is our capital expenditures. The revenue expenditures is any expenditure incurred for the purpose of to meeting day-to-day expenses and to carry on the professional activities. जे प्रोफेशनलच्या ॲक्टिव्हिटीज पार पाडण्यासाठी जे दैनंदिन खर्च होतात त्या खर्चालाच आपण रेव्हेन्यू एक्सपेंडिचर असं म्हणू शकतो. मग दैनंदिन खर्च असतील तर त्यामध्ये त्या खर्चामध्ये आपण या ठिकाणी इमेजेसमध्ये बघितलं की एक्सरे मशीन असेल, ती मशीन या ठिकाणी चालवायचं म्हणल्यानंतर त्याला लाईट लागेल, लाईट आली म्हणल्यानंतर लाईटचं बिल आलं, ते झालं रेव्हेन्यू एक्सपेंडिचर. तो आपण कुठे घेणार तर रिसिप्ट्स अँड एक्सपेंडिचर अकाउंटच्या डेबिट साईडला. ऑल द एक्सपेंडिचर्स इज रेकॉर्डेड इन टू द डेबिट साईड ऑफ अँड रिसिप्ट्स अँड एक्सपेंडिचर अकाउंट. डेबिट साईड यू नो व्हेरी वेल, लेफ्ट हँड साईड ऑफ अँड अकाउंट. सेकंड वन इज दुसरा खर्च येतो तो म्हणजे ज्यावेळेस तुम्ही एखाद्या मोठ्या दवाखान्यामध्ये गेल्यानंतर तिथं असणारे पेशंटची संख्या आणि तिथं असणाऱ्या डॉक्टरची संख्या याच्यामध्ये आपणाला तफावत दिसते. म्हणजे हे सांगण्यापाठीमागचं नेमकं कारण काय तर एकटे जे काय डॉक्टर्स असतील ते सर्व पेशंटची तपासणी करू शकणार नाहीत सातत्यानं. मग त्यासाठी नर्स असतील, तो स्टाफ या ठिकाणी मोठ्या हॉस्पिटलमध्ये नेमला जातो. डॉक्टरांच्या हाताखाली काम करणारा जो काही कर्मचारी वर्ग असेल, स्टाफ असेल, मग त्या स्टाफला द्यावी लागणारी सॅलरी असेल. आपल्याला माहीत आहे स्टाफला सॅलरी द्यावी लागेल. मग हा जो काही सॅलरीचा खर्च असेल तो खर्च या ठिकाणी काय झाला तर रेव्हेन्यू एक्सपेंडिचर. मग रेव्हेन्यू एक्सपेंडिचर आपण कुठे घेतोय तर रिसिप्ट्स अँड एक्सपेंडिचर अकाउंटच्या डेबिट साईडला टू सॅलरी म्हणून. सेकंड वन इज रेंट. मोठी बिल्डिंग असेल, हॉस्पिटल म्हणल्यानंतर मोठी बिल्डिंग असणार साहजिकच आहे. मग ज्यावेळेस ती बिल्डिंग रेंट बेसिसवर घेतली असेल, whenever the building is taken on rent basis, as at that time the rent it is the expenditure of that particular professional activity. It is also called as the expenditure. Therefore rent is taken into the debit side of an receipts and expenditure account. Sometimes office staff is required, like as the accountants are also required for maintaining the accounts. The salary are also given to that particular person. It is also taken into the debit side of and receipts and expenditure account. Then other one is the advertisements, then our insurance, then our distribution expenses, sometimes our administrative expenses. Some other expenses are also taken into the debit side of an receipts and expenditure account. Tentatively, I also taught you the format of receipts and expenditure account. It is very easy to prepare the receipts and expenditure account. Why I should told it is very easy? Because why? Because of some informations are also given in front of you. म्हणजे हे अतिशय सोपं आहे. हे मी का म्हणतोय तर याच्यामध्ये तुम्हाला समोर प्रॉब्लेममध्ये ती सर्व इन्फॉर्मेशन दिलेली असते. But the most important adjustment in that particular unit we are also discuss into the next lecture. The next lectures we are also discuss about the books of accounts maintained by the professionals. Just I told you, cash book, receipts or payment account, you know very well. Then second one is the receipts and expenditure accounts are also maintained by the professionals. Stock registers are also maintained by the professionals. Then memorandum book. Then in this particular account, what type of the transactions are also recorded, what type of the registers, how such registers is maintained, we are also studied into the next lecture. Again, I thanks to all of the students to listen these particular lectures and to give me a feedback, not if, to give me a feedback how was the lectures. When you are also any queries relating to the syllabus, relating to the nature of question paper, and relating to in particular unit, you ask me after the completion of all the contents of the units as well as after the completion of the problems. I know i know it is difficult how to understand how to solve the problems of the accounts, but it is essential to start the online lecture and to complete the syllabus within the time. I try to better and better how to easy to understand this particular subject to all the students. Then I provide typed a problem in PDF form to all of you relating to the unit number first, accounts of professionals. Only the solutions are also discussed in the next few lectures. Thank you very much.